What's up, everybody? It's Clark here for the BOS Sports Podcast. Celebrating as the Atlanta Hawks are now on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Orlando Magic tonight, 112-106. It was a bittersweet victory for us Atlanta Hawks fans as we saw both Vit Krejci and Larry Nance Jr. both leave and exit the game to injury. Tabitha Turner updated us in the broadcast and relayed to us that Larry Nance Jr. was out with a right leg injury, and Vit Krejci as well. He had a back contusion. Larry Nance Jr., he had to be helped off the floor. Certainly hoping for the best, and we'll wait to hear updates from the Atlanta Hawks. As well, the Atlanta Hawks, in positive news earlier today, it was announced that Trae Young, he was selected to his 4th All-Star game, adding to what we hope as Hawks fans to his one-day Hall of Fame resume. Certainly on the trajectory there with his 4th selection here in the 7th season. Going to the All-Star game, replacing Giannis Antetokounmpo after it was announced that Giannis will be out of the All-Star game yesterday by Shams Charania. And as Chris Haynes reported today, Adam Silver, he selects the injury replacements by the coaches voting. So Trae Young, he was the next player in the coaches vote to be selected in the All-Star game. So Adam Silver selects that player being Trae Young, and I believe he'll be added to Team Chuck there. They as well only had 2 guards there. They had the least amount of guards of any of the teams there. So Trae Young to Team Chuck there with Alperen Sengun, Victor Wembanyama, and others. See how that plays out. Trae Young stated in his post-game interview today, saying he'll absolutely be there repping Atlanta. So that puts down any notion that he might snub the snub, as to say. So Trae Young, he had a nice day today. A little bit struggles as he had a 19.8 assist day in their Magic win. Of course, he's gearing up, of course, for the big matchup Wednesday night, Madison Square Garden, Hawks-Knicks again. Hopefully, Knicks do not get any revenge in that game. So Trae Young today, he had a 35.3% shooting day from the field as well, 12.5% from three-point land. So Trae's looking to turn that around in a quick way by Wednesday's game. As well, Trae Young had 9 turnovers. Ooh. Tough day for Trae. But the Hawks got the win. 3-game winning streak. Karis LeVert has arrived. 18 points. 2 assists. 8 rebounds today. 6 for 11 shooting from field. We hope for Karis to continue these nice games as he's in a contract year and looking for a nice payday somewhere from a team this offseason. As well, he shot 3 for 7 today from the three-point land. Dyson Daniels filling the stat sheet again. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals again. A block, 5 for 8 shooting from the field. 62.5% shooting on the day for Dyson Daniels. Zachary Vizichet, another nice game. 11 points, 3 for 6 shooting. He was just under 18 minutes there, as stated in previous podcast episodes. We want the Hawks and Zachary Vizichet to be focused on physical development, and we certainly seen him add muscle here in this season so far. He's looking a lot more athletic already, as stated on the broadcast by Bob Rathburn and Tabitha Turner over the weekend. And he's saying, as reported by the broadcast, that he's going to be unleashing the beast, so to speak, Friday night in the Futures game, NBA sophomore freshman showcase. So, as well, for the Hawks, Mo Gay, he started tonight at the power forward at the 4, playing tonight just under 15 minutes. He had 7 quick points. Nice play by Mo Gay. He's developing as well physically. He just added a bunch of muscle as well. So the Hawks will be using them a little bit sparingly, hoping to continue to develop them the rest of the year, hoping to grow them athletically, and looking forward to a nice, strong 2025-2026 season by both Zachary Vizichet and Mohamed Gay. So for the Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner, he absolutely went off. Paolo Banchero, he absolutely went off. Both of them had 30 points. Franz Wagner had a 37.7 rebound, 3 assists a day, 2 steals, 15 for 29 shooting from field, 51.7% shooting for Franz Wagner. Paolo Banchero, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 for 22 10 for 22 shooting from the field for Paolo Banchero, 45.5%. As well, he had 4 3-pointers, shooting 4 for 9 from beyond the 3-point arc, good for 44.4%. No other Orlando Magic player scored double digits. Tristan da Silva had 9. They brought in KCP in the offseason. The Magic, of course, they went on that nice run, taking the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round last year to 7 games, and was hoping to be a very hopeful upward trajectory. We're looking at this Orlando Magic team as one of the upshots here in the East, one of the teams we're looking to continue to develop and maybe even turn into a contender this year. And they did not disappoint starting off the season 16-8. They were certainly looking like that part, as they were third in the East at that point on December 5th, and when they were 16-8. And since that point, they've gone 12-20 since. Paolo Banchero, he's been injured now some, but as we see him and strong in this game, playing strong alongside Franz Wagner, that's not quite the whole story as well. So before we continue this episode, we're going to have some more recap of this game as well. We'll cover some Atlanta Braves news, preseason, pitchers, catchers report, Wednesday officially. A lot of players are supposedly there, rumors of them being already there in Northport at the spring training facility. We'll do some preview of the Atlanta Braves season. We'll do some recap here of this game. This is the BOS Sports Podcast. So Jalen Suggs, he was out for the Orlando Magic tonight. The Hawks were full bore. We had all of our players tonight. Of course, Jalen Johnson, Kobe Buffkin, they're lost for a year. We had all of our players coming into the game. Fortunately, we came out without Vit Krejci and Larry Nance Jr. Larry Nance Jr.'s injury, they both look extremely concerning. Was not very happy about that play either, the flagrant foul. We'll get into that a little bit more later in the episode, but they were both very concerning plays. Vit Krejci was reported with a back contusion. Hopefully that means there's no further injury there. Still, that's not a part of the body you want to injure late in the season. We hope that both of them come back soon. So, the first quarter, it started with Mo Gay 3-pointer. Just to backtrack here, the Hawks, we, of course, in this podcast, look at 3 different stat categories, whether or not basketball team wins the game. 2 basic ones, of course, being the field goal percentage, rebounding, and turnover margin. The Hawks had a clean sweep today, 49.4% shooting from field, compared to the Magic, 47.6%. 46 rebounds compared to the Magic, 42. 16 to 17 turnovers, winning that narrowly. So, aforementioned Mo Gay opens the game with a 3-point shot, as he had a quick 7 points early, including another 3 at the 8-minute, 10-second mark. And at 9-minute, 38-second mark, he made a couple free throws. Mo Gay showing us all those skills, though. There he has. Caris LeVert, he had 4 early points as well in the first quarter on the way to an 18-point day, as the Hawks led over the Magic 25-22 after 1 quarter. At that point, the Hawks were out shooting the Magic already. 50 to the Orlando Magic, 36.8%. The Hawks had very nice defensive effort. It's been a breath of fresh air having all these defensive forward players coming into the Atlanta Hawks. As stated on the trade deadline emergency BOS Sports episode, looking for Terrence Mann, Caris LeVert, Georges Niang to bolster this Atlanta Hawks defense. They've done absolutely that, as characterized by the Orlando Magic low shooting percentage in the first quarter, 36.8%. So, in the second quarter, Franz Wagner opens the scoring with a bucket. He's already in double digits with 11 points there at 11-minute, 34-second mark in the second quarter. 25-24 Hawks. Anthony Black, he had a technical foul as the Orlando Magic, they were playing wild at times. We saw an elbow there by Bedazi there. And technical foul here early in the second quarter. And, of course, the flagrant foul later in the game that would injure Vit Krejci. So some wild play here by Orlando Magic here in this game, as characterized by Anthony Black. Technical foul, 11-minute, 25-second mark. So Trey hits the free throw, and that makes the score 26-24 at that point. Reza Shea, he hits a three as well. 29-24 Hawks early in second quarter. Terrence Mann, he had a three-pointer. As his three-point shot was working today, he went 3 for 3 from three-point land on a nice 12-point day for Terrence Mann. Missed him in the opening. We had 5 Atlanta Hawks in double digits. Terrence Mann, nice 12-point day, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect day for Terrence Mann. And one of those buckets, it was at the 9-minute, 5-second mark there in the second quarter. And one in the lane, makes the free throw. Atlanta Hawks up 37-30 at that point. Anthony Black, he answered back with a free throw, 37-31. Vit Krejci got a bucket off nice drive on KCP there at the 7-minute, 41-second mark. Putting the Hawks up 39-31. The Hawks got another nice defensive play there at the 7-minute, 16-second mark, forcing a 24-second violation with the help defense in the post and Mo Gay there in rotation. Paulo Banchero comes back with an and one there a minute later at 6-minute, 11-second mark, hits the free throw, pulling the Magic deficit to 5, 39-34 at that point. But Vit Krejci comes back and answers with a 3-point shot of his own, 42-37 Hawks. 5-minute, 22-second mark, Georges Niang hits some free throws, 44-37 Hawks are rolling there in the second quarter. Paulo Banchero got a layup, 4-minute, 53-second mark. And as well, he had a non-play as well. Some wild plays, aforementioned by this Orlando Magic play. And here's another one here, the 4-minute, 44-second mark, as Paulo Banchero, he shoulders Dyson Daniels, got his third foul, and left for the quarter, or for the half, I believe. KCP, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he got a 3-point shot there at 3-minute, 55-second mark, 44-42 Hawks. Here come the Magic, and Franz Wagner, he ties the game off a dunk, off a steal, 44-44, with 3-minute, 43 seconds left in the first half, second quarter. Dyson Daniels, he's blocked on a layup attempt by Goga Badatse, who didn't have a rebound prior to that, nor a point. He was not very productive. He only had 2 points, 3 rebounds all day, and had a very wild play there, elbowing Mo Gay there, I believe, in the second half. Wild play all over by these Orlando Magic. That's probably why they're 12-20 in their last 32 games. They're not playing very disciplined basketball. A lot of wild play. So, at the 3-minute, 11-second mark, Franz Wagner, he got the Orlando Magic lead. Putting them up 46-44 on his 15 points and free throws. Here comes Caris LeVert. 3 of his 18th point on a nice 3-point shot. 47-46. Hawks take the lead back. As the Hawks and Magic were trading leads there at the end of the second quarter, Franz Wagner coming back with a floater, making it 48-47. Caris LeVert, 2-minute, 34-second mark, hits the free throw line, makes 1 of 2, ties the game 48-48. Anthony comes back for the Magic on a 2-minute, 12-second mark, makes layup 50-48. 59 seconds left, under a minute in the second quarter. KCP, he hits some free throws, putting the Magic up 52-48. Trae Young, he answers back, 48-second mark, 52-50, Magic lead by 2. 33-second mark, Franz Wagner, he hits a 3-point shot. 7 seconds left to go in the half. Cole Anthony hits a bucket for the final tally of the first half, 57-50 at halftime. Magic lead by 7. Franz Wagner, he already had 20 of his 37 points at that time. 8 for 12 shooting in the first half for Franz Wagner, 66.7%, 1 steal, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Paulo Banchero, he had 9 of his 31 points. As he'd really go off there in that second half, as the Magic were looking for answers, scoring Cole Anthony, he had 7 points first half, 3 for 4 shooting. Karis LeVert, he already had 8 of his 18 points. Trae Young, his struggles really happened mostly in the first half. He had a nice second half. His first half, he had 4 points, 5 turnovers, 3 assists, 1 for 7 shooting from the field. 14.3% for Trae Young in the first half. From the field, we can't do that in Madison Square Garden. Surely. So Anthony Black, Cole Anthony, and both Anthony Black and Cole Anthony did a great job defending Trae Young in the first half. Trae Young made the adjustments and wound up having a nice 18-point day for Trae Young. So that was characterized as he would have a jumper at the 11-minute 21-second mark of the third quarter, bringing the Hawks deficit to 3-point as he hit a 3 as well. 5 quick points for Trae Young early in the third quarter off Zachary Risache's third assist prior to that jumper there at 11-minute 21-second mark. But here comes Franz Wagner back on the other end, putting the Magic up by 5 on his 22nd point, 59-54 Magic that point. Dyson Daniels, he got dunked, 9-minute 52-second mark. Apollo Banchero, he got an answer at the other end, putting the Magic up 61-56. Before we continue recapping the rest of the game, I'm going to pause here for station identification. This is the BOS Sports Podcast. The next bucket was not for nearly over a minute. We'd have these spurts. I posted online, commented, we had both the worst ranking team in the league in scoring in the Orlando Magic, averaging 104 points per game. As well, they're the second best defensive team in the league. Of course, the Atlanta Hawks, we just added some reinforcements after Jalen Johnson got down, got some more players, got better on defense. Still thought the Hawks might struggle scoring versus Orlando Magic team. We'd see several spurts in this game, such as early in the third quarter. Risache, he'd go back to free throw line at 7-minute 47-second mark, quilling that run of no baskets by either team. Makes both free throws. Risache's 11th final point of the game, putting the Hawks deficit Magic 63-62, just down by 1 point at that point. Zotzi, that's when he got the flagrant foul. There at the 6-minute 44-second mark. Been talking all in this episode. Orlando Magic, wild play all game. Another wild play. There at the 6-minute 44-second mark. Zotzi, flagrant foul on Mo Gay. And that's just some context. For later on, the flagrant foul there on Vit Krejci. It felt like that should have been a flagrant foul too on Vit Krejci there. And of course, with the context early in the game, technical foul early in the second quarter by the Magic, and another flagrant foul here in the third quarter. A lot of wild play by this Magic team. I think the officiating team that called the flagrant foul on Vit Krejci did a disservice in not taking into consideration what happened the entire game prior and the wild play by the Magic tonight. So Mo Gay, he went to the free throw line, hits both free throws. KCP, he gets a free throw as Mo Gay was called with the technical foul as well. People argued online that shouldn't happen as well. He got knocked in the head by an elbow and was just stating words. He did not look physically threatening. And, of course, that was the technical foul. He's called for physical taunt. So, a lot of stuff. Officiating didn't really make sense tonight. Didn't seem like they didn't seem like they're very organized officiating. Whoever was in the replay booth determining the flagrant foul calls there. So, and we'll get into that a little bit more when we get to that play there in the fourth quarter where Vit Krejci was injured. Georges Niang, free throws there at the 5-minute, 14-second mark. Makes 1-2. We skipped ahead a little bit too much. Dyson Daniels, he had a floater there at the 6-minute, 35-second mark, third quarter, tying the game, 66-66. Paulo Banchero, he answered back with one of his 4 3-pointers, 69-66. Magic. But here comes Onyeka Okongwu. He gets and one off a floater, makes the free throw. Game tied, 69-69. There at the 5-minute, 52-second mark. And here comes Karis LeVert. Seconds later, layup and transition off a feet assist. 71-69 Hawks. Dyson Daniels got a deflection. Credited with the steal, which led to the fast break. And the Karis LeVert layup in transition. Georges Niang, he got free throws at the 5-minute, 14-second mark. Makes 1-2, 72-69 Hawks. And then here comes Paulo Banchero again. One of his 4 3-point shots ties the game. His 21st point as well. Dyson Daniels there at the 4-minute, 52-second mark got a lay-in. Larry Nance dunk in transition. Assist by Dyson Daniels across the court there at the 4-minute, 32-second mark. Paulo Banchero, he hits another 3. His 24th point. At 3-minute, 43-second mark, Dyson Daniels answers back with a hook. Put the Hawks lead back to 3 points off of Dyson Daniels' 10th and final point of the game. 78-75 Hawks. Paulo Banchero, he got his 4th 3-pointer. I believe that's his final 3-pointer. Tying it 78-78. And he gets to the free throw line half-minute later. 1-minute, 55-second mark, giving the Magic lead. The game was back and forth here. It really come down the wire in the fourth quarter. Karis LeVert, he got the Hawks lead back just over a minute, hitting a 3-point shot. But here comes Franz Wagner on his 24th point, making it 82-81 Magic. Larry Nance Jr. answers back with a jumper, 83-82, with 24 seconds left in the third quarter. And that score would remain 83-82 to end the third quarter. Fourth quarter, you guessed it, started with a Franz Wagner bucket. 2 of his 37 points. 86-83 Magic. Terrence Mann, he came right back. Of course, he had a perfect 4 for 4 day from the field, 3 for 3 from 3-point land. And he hit one of those there at the 10-minute, 51-second mark, tying the game 86-86. Anthony Black, he got a dunk off a cut there at 10-minute, 30-second mark, 88-86. Magic back in the lead, going back and forth. Karis LeVert dunk off Trae Young's 6th assist, 88-88. Tied again. Tristan Da Silva makes both free throws, getting the free throw line. 9-minute, 3-second mark, 90-88 Magic. Karis LeVert, he got a 3-point shot. His 18th and final point of the day off Trae Young's 8th assist there. The 8-minute, 36-second mark. Giving the Hawks the lead, 91-90. Here comes Wendell Carter Jr. giving the Magic the lead back as he hits a layup. 8-minute, 10-second mark, 92-91 Magic, fourth quarter. Larry Nance Jr., he was subbed out there at the 8-minute, 1-second mark. His unfortunate play, incidental contact. Nothing intentional. Would not characterize that as wild play as the next one is. It's just unfortunate. Appeared to suffer a huge blow to his leg. They determined that Vit Krejci's injury was a contusion. Larry Nance Jr. was unable to put any weight on that leg, so definitely fearing the worst with the Larry Nance Jr. injury. While with Vit Krejci's injury, I think we have some room to be positive and hopeful for his return sooner than later. As well, the All-Star break's coming up. We got Knicks Wednesday, and then a week from Thursday, Magic. The next 2 Hawks games. We got 2 games in about next 9 or 10 days or so. So, sad to see Larry Nance Jr. go down. Been awesome to watch this year. Absolutely stalwart force. Veteran force in the locker room. Very much appreciated watching Larry Nance Jr. this year. Very sad to see the injury here. And absolutely sad as well, as seconds later, Pete Krejci, an absolutely wild play by Jonathan Isaac, is pulled down off the rim as he's dunking the basketball. Jonathan Isaac, he was beat. There's no way he was getting and contesting that play. It's an absolute another wild play by these Orlando Magic. They were 12 and 20. And it was disappointing to me that the replay review referees booth, whoever determined that was not a flagrant 2 foul, disappointing that decision. I think in the context of the game where the Orlando Magic had already committed a flagrant foul and all these wild plays, including a shoulder to Dyson Daniels in the second quarter, early in second quarter flagrant foul. The referees, they got to take charge of the game, make sure that the playing conditions are safe for both teams. I feel like they failed to do that when they did not call a flagrant 2 foul on Jonathan Isaac on that play on Vit Krejci, which saw Vit Krejci. Thankfully, he was able to walk after that. I thought for sure his back would be toast and broken the way he's looking. I was fearing that he would have to be carried off on a stretcher. Absolutely devastating for us Hawks fans, losing. I'd characterize them both as fan favorites, Vit Krejci and Larry Nance Jr. So Trae Young, he had the answer for the Atlanta Hawks, lifting our spirits there at the 5-minute, 12-second mark with a long 3-point shot. As Trae Young, he's making clutch baskets again. I have to go back and look where he's at with clutch points and try and make a post on it tomorrow. Trae's 13th point, putting the Hawks up 104-99. Paolo Banchero, he got lay in off Trae Young turnover. Trae Young's 8th turnover. 4-minute, 20-second mark, pulling the Magic within 3 points, 104-101 Hawks. Hawks call timeout at that point. Trae Young, at 3-minute, 27-second mark, he got floater, putting the Hawks up back by 5, 106-101. Franz Wagner, 3-pointer, 2-minute, 29-second mark, his 35th point. Paolo Banchero's 4th assist, 106-104. 1-minute, 27-second mark on Yekon, he got the free throw line off a pick and roll play. Absolutely drove in the lane. Was looking for blood, but nice contest there in the lane. He got the foul called. Nice play with Trae Young there. Makes both free throws. Puts the Hawks up by 4, 108-104. And from there, the Orlando Magic just could not buy a basket, as they eventually get one on a Franz Wagner layup, his 37-point, but the game was already over at that point. As Trae Young, he was fouled at the 27-second mark, hits both free throws, fouled again, 6-second mark, makes both free throws, game over, 112-106. Hawks. So they, of course, try to group the season schedules, the Atlanta Hawks and Orlando Magic. They're just 6 hours down the road if you're driving too fast. From the Orlando Hawks, probably about a 1-hour flight, depending on the bird that they use, the plane. So, Hawks Magic, they can kind of be grouped together, and that's exactly what the NBA did. We're seeing the Hawks today on the 10th. We're going to see them just week after the All-Star game on the 20th. And then we'll see them again. I believe that's in April. We'll be seeing them again 2 times within about a week span. So it's a bit odd grouping, but it's nice to see the Orlando Magic now as opposed to the beginning of the season, especially when the Atlanta Hawks, we were decimated by injuries. And the Orlando Magic, they were playing maybe their best ball of the year as they got off to that hot 16-8 start. Seeing 12 and 20 cents, what I see as a very disorganized basketball team playing very wild basketball. Characterized by wild basketball plays, flagrant fouls, technical fouls. I think they have a lot of shaping up to do over this All-Star game. And disappointed, as they were a team I thought were on a trajectory to become a contender here this year. I had them finishing above out of the play-in tournament. Now, coming in tonight, they were 8th. But the Hawks overtook them. The Hawks are now 8th, as the Hawks are just half game behind them. And Magic might fall out of playoff contention. Sometimes you see these teams, who knows what's going on in the locker room, if they have bad chemistry or whatnot. Just see these teams continue to fall off. So we'll see. We'll see what the Magic look like on the 20th and in April as well, as we'll be seeing a lot more Orlando Magic here as Atlanta Hawks fans. So, we're less than 48 hours away now from pitchers, catchers reporting. I guess it's going to be basically in 24 hours. Before we get into some Atlanta Braves content, I'm going to pause really quick for some station identification. This is the BOS Sports Podcast. So, in Saturday night's podcast, started previewing the Atlanta Braves season. We talked about topics such as our favorite players, Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr. returning from injury. And February 12th is a notable day, as that's when teams are eligible, or when pitchers and catchers report to start placing players on the 60-day IL. And unfortunately, we lost Joe Jimenez for the year. They announced that last fall. We'll look to see when the Braves place him on 60-day IL. The 60-day count starts March 27th, which is opening day. And the Braves have a game that day. Hoorah! Braves opening day, March 27th game. We don't always get an opening day game. So glad to have one this year as well. And podcast, BOS Sports Podcast, episode 48. I also looked at potential pitchers to make the roster for this Braves team. I'd like them to still add at least one more reliever, if not two, here. So we'll see what they do. Not feeling very hopeful right now about that. There's only about two more relievers out there that really like the Braves to have, and they'll be highly sought after. So last year, very disappointing season for the Braves. After winning over 100 games in back-to-back seasons, they won only 89 games. Of course, the Braves, they were decimated by injuries. Sean Murphy went out on opening day with an oblique. Michael Harris went out with both, I believe, hamstring and oblique for different stints. Ronald Acuna Jr., he went down for the year. Spencer Strider, he had Dr. Meister's UCL reinforcement surgery, a brace surgery. But as well, we saw key players such as Austin Riley, Matt Olson, not performing exactly the way we'd like to see them. They were fourth in MLB in attendance last year, the Braves, with over 3 million in attendance. And absolute reason why they should not cheap out and miss out on one of the couple nice relievers left. Got Luis Garcia. I believe he was on the Red Sox last year. Not to be confused with the Houston Astros, Luis Garcia. Got Kyle Finnegan. And then a couple players that like the Braves to maybe get non-guaranteed split contract. And you never know. You just saw a player that we're looking at with the Braves, and he signed in Korea. It's very interesting. Could not even work out a non-guaranteed split with a major team. Posted that online. Blanking out on his name right now. But still available from the left side are both Jalen Beeks. He throws a nice low to mid-90s fastball from the left side. And then you got Andrew Chafin as well. So there'll be a couple options to add with a Kyle Finnegan or a Luis Garcia, who would be Luis Garcia or Kyle Finnegan. They could potentially be a setup man if the Braves need them, depending on how the bullpen stacks up. There's certainly high leverage relievers, stalwart pitchers And then Braves could get Jalen Beeks or Andrew Chafin on a non-guaranteed split. That would just be awesome depth for the Atlanta Braves to have. So, had a nice year offensively last year. We're second in the ERA, only to Seattle. I guess that's why the Braves did not go and make a move for a starting pitcher. Jack Flaherty was right there. Signed with the Tigers for a low number as well. The Braves, they led MLB in strikeouts with 1,208. With Spencer Strider coming back, we'll look for the Braves to do that again. They were ranked first in FIP, pitching statistic, fielding independent pitching, and expected fielding independent pitching, and F4. Wins above replacement. They had a high number of strikeouts per inning as well, leading the league. And we're second in home runs per 9 inning as well. The Braves, they got off to a hot start last April, going 17 for 8. And then things just started to sputter. The offense started to sputter. And the Braves, they fell out first place there in May. Things were not looking good. So a few of the players we look for to rebound this year would be Austin Riley. Last year, he batted .256. We'd like Austin Riley to be in the 280s, 290s, a little bit more up there in batting average. He had an on-base percentage, 322, slugging percentage, 461. That's also a bit low for what we like to see Austin Riley. On-base percentage of 2024, Austin Riley, 783. He had 19 home runs last year. Whew. A little light for Austin Riley. 56 RBIs, 102 hits. We want to see Austin Riley, and he only scored 63 runs. This Chipper Jones is quoted as saying, if he scored 100 runs, he'd have a good season. Austin Riley did not score 100 runs, did not have a good season. So we're looking for him to rebound in 2024, as well as Matt Olson. In 2024, he batted .246, had 142 hits, 29 home runs, 98 RBIs, 77 runs scored. So he did not score 100 runs. Not a good year for Matt Olson. He played 156 games as well. Looks like I deleted a key. I think this is Michael Harris's stats. Batting average last year was .264 with 16 home runs, 48 runs batted in, 58 RBIs. Did not score 100 runs. Did not have a good year. Of course, Michael Harris, he was out in several stints with injury. So hopefully he rebounds this year, as coming into April and early on in 2024, he's looking like a potential MVP candidate. So we look for him to return to form here. He did play 110 games, which it felt like he was out for longer than that. Oh, excuse me. No, that was Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy played 110 games. It felt like he was out for longer than that, too. He had a batting average of 193. Sean Murphy's another Brave we hope to rebound this year. He had 10 home runs, 25 RBIs, 19 runs. A nightmare scenario. Excuse me. Michael Harris, he played 110 games. Sean Murphy, he played 72 games. And he really struggled when he first came back in his first 15 games. Sean Murphy, he slashed 135 with batting average, 196 on-base percentage, and 212 slugging percentage for Sean Murphy with just one home run first 15 games back. Things would not improve very much in his final 57 games. But he did have a nice little stint over 32 games. He hits 272, 364, with a slugging percentage of 495 with 6 home runs. It looked like he was maybe getting back to his former self a little bit. So we'll keep track of that information between now and Wednesday night's episode. We'll be facing the New York Knicks. And hopefully I'll have more info on the absolutely devastating Krejci and Larry Nance Jr. injuries. So before we sign off today, going to have a quick station identification. This is BOS Sports Podcast. So we definitely hope for the best news from Pete Krejci and Larry Nance Jr. We'll keep track of that. We'll repost any information that comes along. As well, we'll keep track of the Atlanta Braves and their transactions if they do anything once the February 12th date rolls around. Once they become eligible to place players on 60-day IL. Hopefully, Spencer Strider is not placed on a 60-day IL, but it's potential for that'll be, of course, one of the storylines we'll track the spring training. The return of our favorite players, Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr., to the 2025 Braves season. As well, Wednesday night, hopefully we're celebrating after Hawks win in Madison Square Garden. Hopefully it's another great game there. Hopefully we see Spike Lee and Trae Young go at it there. So, thanks for listening to this episode of the BOS Sports Podcast. Be sure to stream previous episodes of the BOS Sports Podcast. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, as we'll be having a more in-depth coverage of the Atlanta Braves season and a more in-depth preview of their upcoming season here, upcoming spring training. Pitchers Catchers Report, February 12th. As well, be sure to stream Bar of Soap music on Spotify. And we'll see you again Wednesday night after Hawks versus Knicks.